Selena Gomez once said, "If you know what's good for you, you'll calm down and stop talking about her, or it won't be the same old love and she won't love you like a love song anymore." So apparently Selena Gomez just had a full-on breakdown over her botched face. And yes, that's what the internet is calling it. Brutal, I know. In a raw emotional video that's now making the rounds, Selena is seen wiping away tears, visibly upset, saying she's tired of people lying about her appearance. She flat out says she never had anything done besides Botox. That's it. No fillers, no implants, no lifts, nothing, allegedly. But let's be honest, people aren't buying it. Online sleuths and beauty snarks have been dissecting her face for months, even years. Some say her jawline looks too sharp, her cheeks too plump, her expression's a little frozen. The theories: chin implants, cheek fillers, fox eye lift, a nose job, take your pick. One Reddit comment literally said it's like moving lips on a corpse's face. Yikes. And while Selena is clearly hurt, the internet isn't exactly letting up. Some fans are saying they miss her old face. Now the baby face Selena from the Wizards of Waverly Place days. Now others are accusing her though of going too far and now trying to cover it up with selective honesty. And then there's the acting criticism. People say she's lost the ability to emote on screen, especially in her recent work that she's done, like that true crime satire show. Like, how are you supposed to sell a mystery when your face can't even sell surprise? Now, to be fair, Selena has lupus, right? She's on medication. It can cause puffiness, weight changes, facial swelling, and she's been open about that, and that definitely complicates things. But still, people are asking, is it lupus or is it a little extra help from a scalpel and a syringe? Now, what's wild is that Selena's never really been one to chase the Hollywood beauty standard. That's what made her so relatable. But now she's caught in the same trap so many other celebs fall into, which is, you know, deny, 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 deny. They eventually then soft launch the truth when people stop caring. Honestly, this whole thing says way more about how we treat women in the spotlight than it does about Selena's actual face. She's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't, but when your job relies on your face and that face suddenly looks, well, not like your face, people are gonna talk. So is Selena telling the truth? Is it really just Botox? Or is there more going on behind the scenes that she's just not quite ready to admit? Let me know what you think. Are people being too harsh? Or is this the price of being a public figure in the age of HD cameras and Reddit investigators with a little too much time on their hands? And remember, aging is normal, injectables are optional, but lying the internet never forgets. Katy Perry's almost completely unrecognizable in these new photos. Who or what is to blame? Is her divorce from Orlando Bloom taking a toll, or is this another case of Ozempic? Let's see. Okay, so who is that woman at Paris Fashion Week, and what has she done with Katy Perry? Because let me tell you, fans are absolutely spiraling after Katy stepped out in Paris looking, well, like a completely different person. And now the internet is asking the question nobody wants to ask, but everyone is thinking, is Ozempic to blame? Katy attended the Balenciaga show in a black latex look that was giving dominatrix Matrix reboot energy. But people couldn't focus on the outfit. Nope, all eyes were on her face. More specifically, what appeared to be a dramatically slimmer, hollowed out version of Katy we've all known since her whipped cream bra days. Now, comment sections instantly lit up with phrases like Ozempic face, she looks so different, and the classic, wait, that's Katy Perry? Now, before the Katy cats come for me, I'm not dragging, I'm just reporting. And listen, the woman is 39 pushing 40 and still out here looking hot in latex, but this isn't about aging gracefully or switching up your look. This is about the undeniable wave of celebrity face shrinkage we're seeing right now, thanks to the rise of weight loss injectables like Ozempic and Mounjaro. And let's be real, Katy's face has changed drastically. She's always had those gorgeous round cheeks and youthful glow, but now her jawline is like razor sharp, her cheeks are almost non-existent, and her eyes look slightly more deep set. It's like the classic signs of what people are calling Ozempic face, a side effect of, well, rapid fat loss that can leave people looking gaunt or even prematurely aged. And no, I'm not saying Katy confirmed she's on Ozempic. She hasn't said a word, but the speculation is everywhere, especially after that viral Facebook video that had people gasping in the comments over how unrecognizable she looked. What's also fueling the fire? Well, Katy's sitting front row next to none other than Lauren Sanchez, aka Jeff Bezos' new new wifey, who's also been accused of dabbling in the skinny shot lifestyle. Now, coincidence? Maybe. Hollywood power, click aesthetic? Likely. Now, this isn't the first time fans have questioned Katy's evolving look either. Back in 2022, she sparked plastic surgery rumors after a very tight-faced American Idol appearance. But she clapped back, saying she's never had work done, only under eye filler, which she was very open about. And hey, props to her for being transparent, but with the current celeb trend of deny, deny, deny until you drop 30 pounds in 30 days, people are skeptical because this is exactly how the Ozempic era is playing out. You know, subtle shifts, gaunt cheeks, and celebs claiming it's just clean eating and dieting and working out. At the end of the day, maybe Katy's just evolving, maybe she's experimenting with her look, or maybe she's just tired of being called, you know, quirky and decided to go full, you know, fashion villa in Paris, basically. But whatever it is, fans can't ignore the shift and the conversation around Ozempic face. It's not going anywhere, especially when more and more celebs are showing up looking less like themselves and more like slightly, you know, haunted versions of their former faces. So what do you guys think though? Is this just fashion week glam gone wrong, or is Ozempic becoming Hollywood's worst kept secret?
Lindsay Lohan just had her birthday and she's looking as slim as ever. I mean, she looks like she's back in her 20s again with her youthful look. People though think that she's achieved this due to medication and different procedures. Now, in a March 2024 interview, Lindsay talked about the current skinny trend and how everyone is on Ozempic. She said, "Everyone's getting so thin now, I feel like everything always comes back full circle again, so this is that moment, and this too shall pass." But it does seem like there's pressure, she told the outlet. At the time, she wasn't really thinking about losing weight as she had just given birth to her son. "I was so attached to my son that my last thought was going on the treadmill," she continued. "I also feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves to have to look good so soon, but you look so beautiful postpartum. Give yourself time," she said. People now, though, think she has changed her mind, as at the end of 2024, she shocked everyone when she came out looking as young as ever. Now, many people speculate that this was due to plastic surgery. Plastic surgeons believe that it's a mixture of injectables like Botox, a brow lift, lip and cheek filler, as well as surgical procedures like an upper bleph, an endoscopic facelift, and a submental liposuction, which removes fat from the neck and chin. Now, fans were absolutely amazed by her transformation. Lindsay Lohan has the best facial plastic surgery in Hollywood, and it's not even close, read one December 2024 post on X, while another wrote, "If I could go to Lindsay Lohan's surgeon, I'd get a whole new face." Now, Lindsay, though, has shot down any plastic surgery rumors with an interview with Allure in October 2024, explaining that her new look is simply due to good skincare, although she does dabble in beauty technology on occasion. "I've tried Morpheus, IPL, and lasers," she said. "I try not to do them too much, but I'm always interested in what else is out there, what else is coming out." Fans, though, aren't too convinced. Now, in another interview with her publicist this year, they denied it again. The publicist shared, "The second she looks any different, they assume she had her face lifted at 37 or 38, that she's ripped apart this or that. It's so mean." Lindsay then chimed in by saying, "I'm like, when, with what time, where?" As Lindsay's publicist then explained, she apparently wouldn't have had time to even get a facelift. "I tried to figure that out, Linz, in the last 3 years, when you had time to do anything because I know your schedule," she joked. So the haters can hate and be jealous, it just sucks that's where they go with women in today's world. Women can't just look good to look good and change their lifestyle to be more healthy. Now, Lindsay added, "You just have to do it and ignore everyone else." And again, she said that her new look was due to a new skincare routine, a healthier diet, and some less invasive procedures like laser facials, and some Botox. "Everyone does Botox," Lindsay said simply.
Justin Timberlake was caught screaming at his employees on stage, and lucky for us, it was recorded. Okay, so Justin Timberlake is not bringing sexy back, he's bringing stage rage. During a recent show at the Lytham Festival in the UK, Justin Timberlake had what fans are calling a full-blown meltdown right on stage in front of thousands of people. Cameras caught him turning away from the audience and screaming at his crew backstage, and let me tell you, it wasn't subtle. We're talking full volume, hand waving, red in the face kind of energy. Now, this isn't just a random internet theory, there's actual footage of him mouthing something that looks a lot like "I said no." And then he throws his hands up in total frustration. Not part of the choreography, folks. Now, fans immediately, of course, whipped out their phones faster than you could say Cry Me a River, and the moment spread like wildfire, of course. Now, one attendee described the vibe as just super awkward, saying the outburst left the crowd visibly uncomfortable. But what exactly set JT off? Well, let's see if I can break it down. I mean, according to multiple sources, the performance was already a technical disaster. The audio was glitchy, the lighting was reportedly all over the place, and at one point it looked like Justin missed a cue entirely, probably because something went wrong behind the scenes. Now, one outlet even claimed that his in-ears weren't working, which, if you're not familiar, is a total nightmare for any singer on stage. So yeah, by mid-show it looked like Justin was just done being polite, done being professional, and just simply done, period. Now, at one point he stormed to the back of the stage and appeared to lash out at the tech team. There was no mic on him, unfortunately, during the ramp, but body language doesn't lie, and Timberlake looked like he was ready to start swinging a mic stand. Now, let's keep it real. He's on tour, fresh off a DWI arrest that already left his image bruised, and trying to prove that, he's still got it. So maybe the pressure's getting to him, maybe he's trying to deliver a perfect show and everything just went, kaboom. Either way, the internet's not exactly giving him a hug. In fact, Twitter, X, was flooded with comments like Justin Timberlake acting like he's on a world tour when it looks like a high school assembly. Bros yelling like he's in NSYNC with his anger issues. Ouch. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time JT has had to do damage control between the DWI, the Janet Jackson Super Bowl fallout still haunting him, and that awkward reaction of Britney's memoir. Fans are starting to say the cracks are showing. One commenter even joked, saying he went from suit and tie to scream and cry. And honestly, that's not wrong. Now, as of this recording, Justin hasn't made any official statement about the incident. No apology, no explanation, not even like a hey guys, sorry I glitched harder than my sound system, like nada, nothing. But insiders say this kind of blow up could hurt him, especially at a time when public opinion is already very shaky for him. So what do we think? Is this just an artist under pressure having a bad night? Or is the Prince of Pop turning into the King of Karen? Let me know what side of the drama you're on, and if you were one of the fans at the show, I'm begging you to spill all the tea in the comments. Either way, one thing's for sure, Justin Timberlake's comeback tour is giving more chaos than charisma right now. Amanda Bynes used to be all that. Now she is simply not okay. Amanda Bynes has been out of the spotlight for some time, and we know that her decision to stop acting stemmed from body image issues she experienced early on in her career. Her insecurities over her image began after starring in the 2006 film She's the Man, where she played a teenage girl pretending to be her twin brother. The movie allegedly sent her into a deep depression. The combination of illegal substance usage and a strong dislike of her appearance led Bynes to quit her role in the movie Hall Pass, but it was the 2010 movie Easy A which Bynes starred in opposite Emma Stone, which led her to leave the acting world behind. Following her retirement from acting, the former teen icon had several brushes with the law between 2012 and 2014, including arrests over allegations of hit and runs and DUIs. Bynes later reached settlements with the two victims involved in the separate hit and runs, and the charges were dismissed. Now, after getting charged with a DUI in 2012, it was later dismissed in a plea deal. Amanda Bynes' parents applied for a conservatorship of their daughter and was granted one in 2013 officially after she began displaying really concerning behavior, including allegedly starting a small fire in a stranger's driveway. That incident actually got her hospitalized under an involuntary 72-hour psychiatric hold. Amanda Bynes filed to terminate her conservatorship from her parents in 2022 after saying it was no longer required and that grounds for establishment of a conservatorship of her no longer exist. A day later, her conservatorship was officially terminated, but was that the right decision? Well, many fans don't think so. After the end of Amanda Bynes' conservatorship in 2022, the former Nickelodeon star planned to reunite with her All That castmates at the 90s Con in March 2023. Though Bynes said she was really excited to see her former co-stars, she canceled her appearance at the very last minute due to an undisclosed health issue. Amanda's mental health struggles continued in 2023, with the former actor spending time in different mental health facilities. Bynes provided an update on her mental health on her Instagram stories in March 2024. She revealed to her fans that though she had spent the past several months dealing with depression, she was doing a lot better now. Amanda Bynes launched a very short-lived podcast in December 2023 2023 called Amanda Bynes and Paul Semensky, the podcast. After just one episode though, Bynes announced on her Instagram stories that she was putting a pause on the project. In a shocking, yet somehow not so shocking turn of events, just this past April, Amanda Bynes announced she was joining and creating an OnlyFans. Yep, that's right. The former child star took to Instagram to share that she would be joining OnlyFans, but only to connect with her followers. She wrote on her Instagram story, "I'm on OnlyFans now. Disclaimer, I'm doing OnlyFans to chat with my fans through DMs. I won't be posting any sleazy content. Excited to join." Amanda Bynes addressed her depression in a new Instagram story. She wrote on Instagram saying, "I've gained over 20 pounds in the past few months from being depressed. I'm doing a lot better now and have learned to do the opposite action when I don't feel like working out or eating clean. I weigh 162 pounds right now and want to get back to 110 pounds. Amanda also shared that she's still pursuing her career as a manicurist and would soon retake the board exam. She wrote, "I really hope I pass the test this time. I will let you all know if I do or don't, of course, and I'll keep retaking it until I get the license." Since the release of Quiet on Set, the Dark Side of Kids TV docuseries, which Amanda did not participate in, she has received an outpouring of love and support from fans, with many encouraging her to speak her trauma, but others have felt that she's simply not okay and not in a place yet to be doing so. I'm hoping for a comeback of the ages for this one. She needs to pull Lindsay Lohan and shock us all. Like a genie in a bottle, Ozempic in a pen has made our girl Christina Aguilera almost unrecognizable with her recent transformation. Christina Aguilera has shocked her longtime fans after appearing completely unrecognizable in a new photo shoot. The 44-year-old, who has been rumored to have used Ozempic, covered Carsey magazine with a new look following her drastic weight loss. Now, in one image, the beautiful singer sat cross-legged in a chair while wearing a very flimsy gold mini dress. Her blonde hair was kind of tousled and she had smoky eye makeup on. Now, while the shoot drew a lot of praise, many initially failed to recognize that Christina was the subject. One concerned fan said, "Why does she have a different face every time we see her?" With another person saying, "How is she Benjamin buttoning? I've always been such a huge Christina fan and it's been so nice to see her look so happy, healthy, and thriving lately, and this shoot is so gorgeous." And in case you don't know, the term Benjamin buttoning is in reference to the film Benjamin Button with Brad Pitt, where he kind of ages backwards due to a weird medical condition. It's really long as heck, but worth a watch if you haven't seen it yet. Now, although she has not directly responded to Ozempic rumors, Christina recently remarked that she no longer feels the need to give a F about the public scrutiny on her body. Speaking about her early years in the music industry, Christina told Glamour magazine that, music bosses were unhappy when she gained weight in her 20s and said that they basically preferred her as a skinny teenager. Now, Christina said in the cover interview, "When you're a teenager, you have a very different body than when you're in your 20s. I started to fill out and then, that was unacceptable because it was like, oh, she's getting thicker. Then I had industry people say they liked your body and how you were as a skinny teenager." The star's weight has fluctuated a lot over the years, with her recently sparking rumors of Ozempic use after, kind of debuting a 50-pound weight loss. She previously said she hated being super skinny and had started embracing and loving her new curves. Christina shocked fans again recently when she flaunted her dramatic new physical transformation when she walked the red carpet at the Airbnb 2025 summer release event. The pop star stunned in a very glamorous white dress, highlighting her shockingly small figure as she joined her longtime fiance, Matthew Rutler, at the event in Los Angeles. Now, Christina's appearance comes after she left fans chattering online earlier this month over rumors that she might have undergone plastic surgery on her face to achieve her transformed appearance. She was previously rumored to have gotten a breast augmentation after displaying a scar under her arm, which is a commonplace for, the surgical incision. Now, in October of last year, multiple plastic surgeons who had actually not treated her spoke about her seemingly transformed appearance, suggesting that she may have undergone a facelift to sculpt her cheekbones and smooth the natural lines between her nose and lips. Honestly, work done or not, but probably yes, plus Ozempic. Either way, to me at least, she looks very good. Is Justin Bieber okay? Well, if he is or isn't, one thing's for sure, and he's fed up with people asking. Justin Bieber is sick of everyone worrying about him. On Tuesday, popular Instagram account @CommentsByCelebs shared a screenshot of a comment Justin left on a post that showed a fan having a conversation with their grandpa about the mega star. The first message said, "I'm worried about Justin Bieber," which which was followed up the following day with "There's so much heartbreak in his life," with the caption, "We all are." Now, the post expressed a popular sentiment online, which is that, is Justin Bieber okay? Justin Bieber is not okay. But if you ask him, you should be pointing that concern elsewhere, because he commented on the post saying, "Worry about yourself, Gramps," then shared a fan edit of his response that said he is basically mad and so over y'all's BS to really double down on his clear wishes that people would just leave him alone. The comment comes following weeks of crazy Instagram posting by Justin, who kind of put his foot in his mouth a few weeks ago when he aired his and his wife Hailey's dirty laundry in a weird attempt to celebrate her first ever American Vogue single cover. In the past week, Justin had posted 22 photos and counting to his Instagram account, ranging from super zoomed in photos of his face to promotional photos for his upcoming label Skylark. Now, the screenshots from FaceTime calls with Hailey, but also like there were screenshots of FaceTime calls with like literally almost everyone he's talking to. In the days before telling Gramps to watch himself, he also wrote in a caption that he is tired of transactional relationships and that, you know, if I have to do something to be loved, that's not love. He elaborated on his Instagram story saying, "This is how I feel after people keep telling me there's more work to do after I've given everything I have to give." He continued to say, "I don't think any of us can handle hearing, you just gotta try a little harder and you will be like me. It's not true." Now, this follows a similar string of posts by Justin in May, where he opened up about not always feeling worthy of love and expressed that even though he knows he is loved, he struggles with feeling that love is deserved. He said, "Made me exhausted from trying to prove I was worthy at times, also made me feel more entitled at times. It either makes us feel not good enough or that we're owed something. True love is freely given with no exception." This has led fans to speculate whether Hailey and Justin are on the rocks, but the pair has, shut down rumors that their relationship is struggling multiple times. They constantly share happy snaps together on Instagram, and even in Hailey's Vogue interview, she said, "My real life is that I get to wake up to my beautiful family and my son and my friends, and I have people that know and love me and I love them." Worrying about Justin Bieber, though, however, has been somewhat of a sport for fans on social media lately, since actually kind of the moment he dropped his first single One Time back in 2009. And through early relationships, marriage, becoming a father, this concern persists. You only have to look at his relationship with Selena Gomez and the way people still focus on, a feud between her and his wife Hailey. Now, even though the pair split 7 years ago, now every day Justin is crashing out in some form or another. Miley Cyrus has had a very traumatic health scare, and I've got the details. There's a chance Miley Cyrus may never hit the road again, but before you cry at the thought of missing your fave on stage, it's for very valid health-related reasons. The Grammy winner opened up about a recent health scare with Apple Music's Zane Lowe, detailing how she faced an excruciating and traumatic experience when performing with her godmother, Dolly Parton, during their New Year's Eve special. Now, Miley shared the ordeal and said, "I had a pretty traumatic experience on a show that I was doing with Lorne Michaels. When I was doing my New Year's show, I had a medical emergency. I had an ovarian cyst rupture. We didn't know exactly what was going on, so we did it." She shared that she and the Saturday Night Live creator had a very candid conversation after the show where she discussed almost quitting the music industry altogether. She said, "I had dinner with Lorne and he said something, that has now stuck with me." He goes, 6 months. Everybody has 6 months to feel sorry for themselves, and then we start to rebuild." She continued to say, he's like, "You have no idea how many artists have sat in this chair and told me they were quitting music. Everyone does this. Everyone has these traumatic experiences." Now, elsewhere in her Apple Music interview, Miley also spoke about how her sobriety and health journey has played, a very pivotal role in how she approaches live performances. She said, "Part of that is keeping myself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally well. And I want to emphasize the physically because of how taxing a physical live performance is, and something I wanted to mention to you. So I had the Reinke's edema, which is abuse of the vocal cords." So she continued to say, "I've had this very large kind of cyst on my vocal cord, which has given me a lot of the tone and texture that has made me who I am. But it's extremely difficult to perform with it because it's like running a marathon with ankle weights on." She continued and said, "My voice is super unique because of it though, and I'm not willing to sever it because the chance of waking up from a surgery and not sounding like myself is a good probability." Now, Miley last toured in 2014 to support her album Bangers, and in 2019 she performed at a bunch of festivals including Glastonbury and Lollapalooza, and in 2023 she explained her decision to opt out of touring during an interview with British Vogue and said, "Singing for hundreds of thousands of people isn't really the thing that I love. There's no connection, there's no safety. It's also not natural. It's so isolating because if you're in front of 100,000 people, then you are alone." She added that touring ultimately affected her health, saying, "I was in a lot of pain. I was kind of back into the pop star thing, and I noticed I had this flare up. She had asked herself, do I want to live my life for anyone else's pleasure or fulfillment other than my own? Cyrus has since regrouped, and her new album, Something Beautiful, is set for release later this month. Flowers is still running amok in my playlist, so I'm looking forward to this new album. If she would just do one more tour, then we'd really get the best of both worlds. Oprah is almost unrecognizable lately. Maybe it's dieting, maybe it's Maybelline, or maybe it's Ozempic. Oprah Winfrey is no stranger to scrutiny over her weight. For as long as she has been in the public eye, the icon's body journey has played out in the media, on magazine covers, and on episodes of her own, hit talk show that ran for 25 seasons. Oprah has said on many occasions that it was public sport to make fun of her for 25 years. And she said due to that, she has been blamed and shamed, and she blamed and shamed herself. And Oprah said one hurtful moment came early in her career when she landed on, fashion critic Mr. Blackwell's list. She said, I was on the cover of some magazine and it said dumpy, frumpy, and downright lumpy. She continued to say, I didn't feel angry, I felt sad, I felt hurt, I swallowed the shame, I accepted that it was my fault. Winfrey now says that she is optimistic that she now has a better handle on how to maintain a healthy weight long term and rid herself of shame once and for all. Using a holistic approach that includes regular exercise and other lifestyle tweaks, Winfrey confirmed she has also added a weight loss medication to her regime. So yes, our spidey senses seem to have been right, guys. Oprah said, after knee surgery, I started hiking and kind of setting new distance goals each week. I could eventually hike 3 to 5 miles every day and a 10-mile straight up hike on weekends. I felt stronger, more fit, and more alive than I'd felt in years. Now, she says, I eat my last meal at 4 o'clock, drink a gallon of water a day, and use the Weight Watchers principles of counting points. I had an awareness of weight loss medications, but felt I had to prove I had the willpower to do it. I now no longer feel that way. She adds, I was actually recommending it to people long before I was on it myself. Once she reconciled the science, Winfrey says she released her own shame about it and consulted her doctor, who went on to prescribe a weight loss medication. She said, I now use it as I feel I need it, as a tool to manage, not yo-yoing. Now, opting not to name the specific medication she takes, she continued to say, the fact that there's a medically approved prescription for managing weight and staying healthier in my lifetime feels like relief, like redemption, like a gift, and not something to hide behind and once again be ridiculed for. I'm absolutely done with the shaming from other people, and particularly myself. Oprah Winfrey has revealed that taking, these weight loss medications have made her realize the truth about thin people. She said, one of the things that I realized the very first time I took a GLP-1 was that all these years I thought that thin people had more willpower. They ate better foods, they were able to stick to it longer, they never had a potato chip. But after taking the GLP-1, she realized that it wasn't willpower at all, it was a lack of intrusive hunger thoughts. Oprah revealed that the very first time she took the GLP-1, she realized that thin people don't even think about food. She said they're eating when they're hungry and they're stopping when they're full. The host went on to say that the media has made fun of her struggles, which she calls a disease. She said, every week I was exploited by the tabloids. Anytime any comedian wanted to make fun or make a joke about it, they would make a joke about it, and I accepted it because I thought I deserved it. Well, no one deserves that.
Sharon Osbourne, a familiar face on television for decades, has always been open about her struggles with weight and body image. But in recent months, new photos of the 72-year-old media personality have left fans stunned. The dramatic change in her appearance is largely attributed to her use of Ozempic, a diabetes medication that has surged in popularity as a weight loss shortcut. Osbourne's journey and the visible side effects have sparked a broader conversation about the risks and realities of rapid weight loss through medications like Ozempic. Recent public appearances and viral videos have shown Sharon Osbourne looking thinner. Fans on social media have expressed disbelief, with comments ranging from concerns about her health to the impact of Ozempic on her appearance. This unrecognizable transformation has prompted questions about the medicine's side effects and the sustainability of such rapid weight loss. Osbourne began taking Ozempic for a while after years of struggling with her weight. She has spoken candidly about her experiences, revealing that she lost about 42 pounds in just 4 months, a rate of weight loss that even she admits was too much. Osbourne has also described initial weeks on Ozempic as quite difficult. One of the most talked about side effects among celebrities using Ozempic is Ozempic mouth, a term coined by dermatologists to describe the rapid loss of facial volume. This condition manifests as deepened lines around the mouth, sagging skin, and a more aged appearance. Dr. Michelle Green explains, many users of Ozempic who I know report noticeable volume loss on the face, which can result in the formation of fine lines, wrinkles, sagging skin, and jowls around the mouth. This volume loss can also worsen the appearance of existing fine lines, wrinkles, and skin laxity. While Ozempic is FDA approved for type 2 diabetes and in some cases for weight management, its use for cosmetic weight loss has raised alarms. Osbourne's experience highlights several health risks: excessive weight loss, metabolic changes, addiction to weight loss, facial aging, and gastrointestinal side effects. Despite her struggles, Osbourne has found some acceptance, stating, "I don't think I'll ever be happy with the way I look, but I'm now satisfied. It's taken years for me to say this, but I've learned my lesson. This is me. It's finally time to leave well enough alone." Still, her experience serves as a high-profile example of the potential downsides of using powerful medications for quick fix weight loss. Sharon Osbourne's transformation has ignited a wider debate about the use of diabetes drugs for weight loss, took the pressure to conform to beauty standards, and the unforeseen consequences of rapid body changes. As more celebrities and everyday people turn to medications like Ozempic, Osbourne's journey stands both as a warning and a testament to the complexities of body image in the modern age.
Fans have been worried about Ariana Grande for quite a while now, and mostly it has to do with her appearance. Since filming her movie Wicked, Ariana has changed her appearance drastically, and one thing people have noticed is that she's lost a lot of weight. Like, so much that you can see her bones sticking out, and fans have been worried about this, theorizing that she could have some sort of eating disorder. Now, there has been a lot of speculation about her appearance, and Ariana actually addressed this in a video she posted online. She made a TikTok reminding followers, you never know what someone is going through. Even if you are coming from a loving place and a caring place, that person is probably working on it or has a support system that they are working on it with, Ariana said. So be gentle with each other and with yourselves. She added, there are so many different ways to look healthy and beautiful, adding that her previous figure people were comparing her to was the unhealthiest version of my body. I was on a lot of antidepressants and drinking on them and eating poorly, and at the lowest point of my life when I looked the way you consider my healthy, she said, but that in fact wasn't my healthy. Now, some people though don't believe her and think that she's saying this just to shut people up, but it seems like it didn't work as more and more people have been commenting on her appearance. Now, many people also speculate that she could have changed her look so drastically to get people to talk about that instead of her home-wrecking scandal. You see, Ariana was married to her partner Dalton Gomez when she first started filming Wicked, but then it was discovered that they separated and were getting a divorce. Then, rumors swirled that Ariana started a relationship with her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater, who apparently at the time had a wife and a young baby. People online were calling her a homewrecker and bashing on her constantly, with this becoming a huge scandal. Since then, Ethan's now ex-wife has come out and said that there has been no cheating and that she was separated from Ethan when he and Ariana got together. Some fans though don't believe that and think she's just saying that to protect Ethan and Ariana. Not to mention, Ariana has struggled with mental health challenges her entire life as she's gone through many traumatic events. In 2017, one of her concerts in Manchester was attacked and 22 people passed away due to it. Then just a year later in 2018, her ex-boyfriend Mac Miller passed away due to an overdose. Now, he seemed to be head over heels for Ariana, while she had moved on to another relationship and was engaged to Pete Davidson. Due to this, many people online blamed Ariana for Mac's passing, which simply wasn't true, but she received a ton of hate and it wasn't fair. So as you can see, Ariana has gone through her fair share of troubles, and we hope that she gets the help that she needs because she's an inspiration for millions and we don't want to see anything bad happen to her.
Is Britney Spears okay? Fans are deeply concerned for this pop icon after recent controversy and sketchy Instagram posts. Now, Britney Spears just addressed her most recent controversy that has sparked health fears. The pop star was flying from Cabo San Lucas, Mexico to LAX with her security when she started drinking before lighting up a cigarette and smoking it. Reportedly, the flight attendants were alarmed and ordered her to put out the cigarette, and the womanizer singer complied. Now, taking to her official Instagram account, Spears posted a video of herself on the plane, toasting to the camera, along with a very lengthy caption. She began it by saying, "Me yesterday," with a bunch of exclamation points, then continued to say, "Some planes I've been on you can't smoke, but mostly, this was one that was different because the drink holders were on on the outside of the seat. Confession, it was my first time drinking vodka. I swear I felt so smart. I feel like I had a stroke reading that, and honestly, I feel like I'm about to have one again just saying this out loud because Britney girl, what are you saying? I really don't even know what she means when she says she felt so smart. Like, what? For drinking vodka? I'm confused. Anyway, she continues to say, I was like, wow, what the heck is in there? I felt so clear and smart, and said I want a cigarette so bad. My friend put it in my mouth and lit it up for me, so I was like, oh, so this is a plane where you can smoke. She further added, I do so apologize to anyone I offended, but the flight attendants always make sure I'm way at the back of the plane anyways. I thought the officials greeted me as support, and I was like, wow, I feel special. I've never been to an international airport. Am I famous or something? She further explained the scenario by saying the flight attendant called officials because I smoked a cigarette and embarrasses me, which geez, I thought I was kind of much, but she didn't like me in the moment I got on the plane. Nobody was on the plane for the first 20 minutes and she wouldn't let me get out of my seat. I wanted to stand up. She then concluded this extremely long rant by saying she acted so weird about making sure I sat down, and it was weird. I didn't like the way she put the seatbelt on me and invaded my space. Oh well, you guys like my flower choker. So, basically it was a lot, and I'm still confused what she meant by all of this, and if you're like me though, your concern is she okay? While smoking on a private jet is not universally prohibited, it is typically at the discretion of the plane's owner. Now, after the plane landed, authorities approached Spears and issued her a warning before allowing her to leave. Spears' behavior though on the flight has sparked some concern, with sources citing ongoing mental health struggles that have reportedly affected her daily life. There is also lingering frustration among those, close to the singer regarding her recent release from conservatorship. One source remarked that the judge in her case was influenced by public pressure from the whole, Free Britney movement, dismissing medical reports that had been presented. Now, this incident comes amid Spears' recent vacation in Mexico, where she has posted several videos of herself dancing at a resort and shared beachside photos on Instagram. Now, the singer, who ended her relationship with Paul Richard Schultz in March, seems to be embracing her new single life after a series of, turbulent relationships.
Chrissy Teigen, the model, author, and television personality, has long been in the public eye for her candid social media presence and openness about her personal life. Recently, however, Teigen has sparked widespread discussion and concern after sharing new photos in which she appears dramatically different, prompting many to describe her as unrecognizable. The images, which quickly went viral, have fueled speculation about her health and cosmetic procedures, as well as broader conversations about beauty standards and transparency in the celebrity world. The latest wave of attention began when Teigen posted a series of photos to her social media accounts. In these images, her face appears noticeably altered, with visible bandages and swelling. The photos showed her with a heavily bandaged face, which immediately led fans and followers to question what had happened and whether she was recovering from a medical procedure or injury. The dramatic change in her appearance was so pronounced that many commenters admitted they could not recognize her at first glance. Social media platforms filled with comments expressing concern for her well-being, with some fans fearing that she had suffered an accident or undergone a serious medical procedure. The bandages in particular fueled speculation about possible surgical interventions, as such coverings are commonly associated with recovery from facial procedures. Some fans defended Teigen, pointing out her history of openness about cosmetic enhancements and suggesting that she was simply being transparent about her recovery process. Others, however, criticized the culture of celebrity beauty standards that can pressure public figures to undergo frequent and sometimes extreme procedures. Teigen has never shied away from discussing her experiences with cosmetic enhancements. Over the years, she has openly admitted to undergoing various treatments, including Botox, buccal fat removal, and breast implants. In fact, she has often used her platform to demystify and destigmatize the cosmetic world, encouraging honest conversations about beauty and self-image. Just a day after posting the troubling images, Teigen revealed that she had undergone a hairline lowering procedure, a surgery designed to reduce the height of the forehead by moving the hairline forward. She shared details about the procedure with her followers, explaining that it was something that she had wanted to do for a long time. The recovery process for such a surgery can involve significant swelling, bruising, and the need for bandages, symptoms that align with her recent photos. Teigen's willingness to share her experience with this procedure is consistent with her past transparency about cosmetic work. By posting photos of her recovery, she may be aiming to normalize the realities of surgical enhancement and the sometimes uncomfortable healing process. The conversation around Teigen's appearance also highlights the double-edged sword of celebrity openness. While her honesty about cosmetic procedures is often praised, it also invites intense scrutiny and judgment from the public and media alike. This scrutiny can perpetuate unrealistic beauty standards and contribute to the stigma around aging and natural appearance changes. In the aftermath of the viral photos, Teigen has continued to engage with her followers, providing updates on her recovery and addressing some of the speculation. She has reiterated her commitment to transparency, emphasizing that her decision to undergo cosmetic procedures is personal and that she hopes to help others feel less alone in their own beauty journeys. As the conversation continues, Teigen's case illustrates both the challenges and opportunities that come with living life in the public eye. While the reaction to her unrecognizable photos has been mixed, it has undeniably sparked valuable dialogue about self-acceptance, transparency, and the realities behind the curated images we see online.
Is Jennifer Lopez okay? She's been making weird decisions lately that have her fans wondering if all is good. Jennifer Lopez has been savaged by fans over her cringe-worthy opening performance at the 2025 American Music Awards in Las Vegas after she kissed both male and female dancers live on air. The 55-year-old Bronx-bred singer-actress, who is single after her high-profile divorce from Ben Affleck, hosted the CBS Live event and kicked off the night by singing and dancing to a 6-minute medley of 23 hits by the evening's nominees. While most A-list celebrities skipped the event, J.Lo did her best to single-handedly bring the star power by performing hits including Billie Eilish's Birds of a Feather, Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso, and Beyonce's Texas Hold'em. But she left viewers cringing over the disgusting lip-locking session with her dancers, with some branding it as a desperate attempt to make Affleck jealous following their finalized dissolution of their 2-year marriage. Now, others blasted her for going too far with, her girl-on-girl kiss, with one ex-user declaring Jennifer Lopez has lost the plot. Another viewer asked, why is Jennifer Lopez kissing everyone at the AMAs? While another person chimed in saying, just looked up from my phone and Jennifer Lopez is kissing a girl? Jennifer was called disgusting and desperate by some unimpressed viewers. That's not the only recent controversy J.Lo has been engulfed in, though. Jennifer Lopez is being sued for posting photos of herself at a Hollywood party, with the photographer and a paparazzi agency saying she failed to get permission to use them. And let's pause for a second, because how crazy is it that paps can sue celebrities for photos they took while invading their privacy? Wild. Anyway, the singer and actress shared pictures on social media of herself arriving at the Amazon MGM Studios and Vanity Fair party in Los Angeles the night before this year's Golden Globes in January. Photographer Edwin Blanco and Backgrid, the agency he was working for, have each filed lawsuits saying they own the copyright to 2 photos. The pictures were used to promote Miss Lopez's public appearances, boost, user engagement, increase shareability, and lend credibility to her branded content. Backgrid and Mr. Blanco are seeking up to $150,000 in damages each per photo. The pictures showed the star in a white dress and a white faux fur coat outside the party at Chateau Marmont. Now, she posted them on Instagram and on X with the caption, GG Weekend Glamour, and they were then of course shared by numerous fans and fashion pages. The lawsuit said Miss Lopez's unauthorized use of the images is, commercial in nature, intended for the purpose of self-promotion. Any person who is in a photo doesn't own the copyright to the picture. That usually belongs to the photographer or the company they work for, and they can decide who can use it and how much they must pay. The legal documents say Backgrid and Mr. Blanco contacted Lopez's representatives after she posted the photos and agreed a deal and a payment, but that she has not yet signed the agreement. The star has faced legal action before in 2019 and again in 2020 for sharing photos taken of her by others. I will never get over how wild this seems to me, but hey, that's showbiz, baby. Well, what will Jenny from the block do next? Any predictions? I'm thinking she might either go ghost or pull a Bieber and start crashing out. Today's tea, Kathy Griffin is unrecognizable in new photos. That's right, the comedy queen took us all by surprise when she stepped out in Malibu looking, well, very different. Is that really Kathy Griffin? That was my reaction when I saw these pics. She's makeup free, freshly facelifted, and rocking wild natural hair that covers half her face. I honestly thought it was Carrot Top, no joke. She was spotted out for a walk in Malibu with a male companion. She looked casually cool in a white tee, which is her own merch from the 2018 Laugh Your Head Off tour, and black pants. In case you missed it though, Kathy just unveiled her second facelift. Her first, if you care or can recall, was in 1998. She announced it on Instagram, explaining her decision to be open about the procedure and say no to stigma. She even called out the double standard. Why do people mince words when women get work done? So when she stepped outside without makeup and fresh from the surgery, she looked almost unrecognizable. And I'm still not sure in a good way or not. Let me circle back on that another time. And also, check out her hair. No perfect red wig, no red carpet glam, just her hair flowing free in the breeze. Griffin is no stranger to making wild hair transformations in the past though. She previously shaved her head in solidarity with her sister Joyce as she underwent chemotherapy in August 2017. Since then, Griffin took up the habit of wearing wigs, which she refers to as her magic hair. This scene was a stark turnaround from her appearance in her June 19th YouTube video. In the clip, the comedian sat down on her couch in full hair and makeup glam as she sat next to one of her wigs while telling her followers how she turned down a $1.4 million offer to host The View in the mid-2000s. She said, "I am just going to be honest, I had to turn it down because at the time between doing the reality show, My Life on the D-List, and touring, I was making about $10 million a year." Griffin, who was also busy caring for her parents, added, "I had to turn down The View because I would have had to uproot my whole life." Griffin had made several trips from Los Angeles to New York for appearances on the show at that point, which allowed her to build a very close relationship with long-tenured co-host Barbara Walters. So when she decided not to take the offer, Griffin explained that she felt she owed, Barbara an explanation. Griffin told her, "I want you to know why I'm going to say no. It's not that I think I'm too good for the show, it's the opposite. The show is too good for me. I don't want you to think I'm blowing smoke, but between moving costs and I'm so entwined with my mom and dad, I have a house in Los Angeles and it just isn't feasible for me to do, but I want you to hear it directly from me." Well, this recent drop in the wind moment is so Kathy. She's raw, unfiltered, and owning her real even with a fresh facelift. It's refreshing to see a star embracing that after, look of hiding it basically. Plus, she's flexing authenticity in a world of filters and facelifts. So, is Kathy Griffin unrecognizable in these new photos? Absolutely. Did she give me a bit of a jump scare? 1,000,000%. But is she still the fierce, hilarious queen of comedy? She sure is. She's flipping the script, stepping out raw, real, and unapologetically herself like always. Let me know though, what do you guys think of this new Kathy look? Love the natural vibe, or do we miss the glam?
Madonna has debuted a new look and fans are concerned. Now, Madonna stepped out in a new natural look as she attended the 2025 Met Gala in May, but she doesn't quite look like how we remembered her. Fans have been saying that her facelift has disappeared. Now, this isn't the first time that she's shocked fans with a new look. When she hit the stage to present an award at the 2023 Grammys, she was completely unrecognizable. Now, many questioned whether she'd undergone some form of cosmetic procedure, and surgeons agreed that they thought she had work done. One said, "She has undergone a facelift. This is obvious because her skin is tight and pulled back with no wrinkles. Her eyes also seem smaller, likely due to being pulled during a facelift." Madonna previously had a natural nose that suited her face, and it appears as if she had a rhinoplasty since this version has a pointy tip and seems too narrow. Botox was also evident on many areas of her face, while pointing out the lack of expression lines and wrinkles, as well as her minimal face movement during her speech. Now, even though Madonna has denied plastic surgery, she definitely did something. Not to mention, Madonna loves Facetune and using filters. In her photos on her accounts, she seems perfectly airbrushed, no wrinkles, looking absolutely perfect. It seems like her face is ever changing and she won't stop this anytime soon. Now, something new about Madonna that fans are freaking out about though right now is the fact that she's related to the current Pope. Yep, you heard that right. The New York Times conducted a deep dive into the family tree of Robert Prevost, now known as Pope Pope Leo. It reveals that through a Canadian ancestor, the Pope is a 9th cousin various times removed to multiple famous people, including Madonna and Justin Bieber. Now, Madonna posted on her Instagram story a photo of herself throwing her arms up in the air as her 94-year-old dad sits in a chair in front of her. It's captioned, "Silvio, we're related to the Pope, strike a pose." Now, she also shared a social media post referring to the New York Times report. Pope Leo made history when he became the first ever American-born pontiff, and with Canadian roots, he's related to some stars. Now, it seems like Madonna is excited to find out that she's related to the new Pope. Madonna's link to the Pope comes 3 years after she asked his predecessor, the late Pope Francis, to meet and discuss her alleged 3 excommunications from the church. "Hi, Pope Francis, I'm a good Catholic, I swear," she wrote on Twitter in May 2022. "I mean, I don't, I swear. It's been a few decades since my last confession. Would it be possible to meet up one day to discuss some important matters?" She added, "I've been excommunicated 3 times. It doesn't seem fair. Sincerely, Madonna." Now, maybe Pope Leo will be able to help her out with this.
Nicole Kidman, while beautiful, is almost unrecognizable now. So what happened? Well, these new photos say it all. Nicole Kidman looked nearly unrecognizable as she posed up a storm in 2 different wigs for her latest Allure interview, which was published on Thursday. The Moulin Rouge actress, who recently broke her silence on wearing wigs, stunned as she appeared on the cover for the publication and discussed a number of topics such as grief and aging. Now, she absolutely wowed in a reddish-orange wig that had bangs which fell down onto her forehead, as well as strands that kind of flowed down past her shoulders. Kidman wore a strapless black Balenciaga top and high-waisted black leggings that clung to her frame. Now, she looked good, I will give her that. In other images snapped by photographer Dan Below for the outlet, she also opted for a shorter red bob with bangs while wearing a purple Robert Cavelli dress. Now, the ensemble contained a thigh-high slit on the left that offered a glimpse, at the sleek purple heels that she additionally wore for the photo shoot. Now, people, of course, took to the comments. One person said, "Really put the leg in legend," with another saying, "Wow, you devoured these pictures." However, some people took to the comments to ask if she's got work done. One person said, "What about your facelift?" With another person adding, "Why don't you admit to all the Botox and fillers you've had in the past year? Geez, God forbid a celebrity get a little work done to stay youthful, am I right?" Anyways, this photo shoot comes not long after the star suffered a wig mishap while making an appearance at the 2025 Cannes Film Festival earlier this month. While walking the red carpet at glitzy events, she rocked a blonde hairpiece, but the wig cap was visible, and in another instance, the wig itself was just off-center. Girl, where was your stylist? During an appearance on Chanel 7 Sunrise this week, Nicole opened up about, opting for wigs. She said, "As you know, I love changing my hair. While some fans initially believed that the star was simply unveiling, her natural hair, it was soon revealed that it had also been a wig." She continued to say, "For the Met Gala, everyone was questioning if I had chopped my hair off, but no, I didn't." Now, during her interview with Daniela Pergament for her new cover story for Allure for its May 2025 issue, Kidman reflected on getting older. When questioned if aging has been difficult, the actress candidly replied, saying, "Yes, I've always, been a future person, and suddenly you go, oh, it's coming to terms with the idea that you have no control over the future." She continued to say, "Probably that's to do with losing people very, very suddenly. I have more time behind me than ahead. That shift in the ratio becomes a big thing. You're just always going, what is all this?" The existential questions, who are we? Why are we here? The Oscar winner is preparing to actually celebrate her 50th birthday next month on June 20th. Now, Nicole also had a discussion about coping with grief following the passing of her mother last year in September. She said, "Losing my mother changed every part of me." She said that they would talk to each other multiple times a week. The star explained that her mother's passing still feels so raw, and added that she is still on the journey of grief, the year of magical thinking. Nicole has been keeping busy though, and recently, starred in the 2nd season of the Hulu thriller series 9 Perfect Strangers, which she also executive produces. And yes, okay, I'm excited for this because season 1 was so good, am I right? Other cast members in this new season, which began airing this week on Wednesday, include Henry Golding, Annie Murphy, Christine Baranski, Mary Bartlett, Mark Strong. Honestly, it's really giving A-list, so I'm here for it. Okay, cast. Now, if you're a Practical Magic fan, well, her and Sandy B are filming that too, and honestly, I can't wait for it.